Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and like and subscribe to turn up the volume next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building the Shocker, classic Spider-Man villains with a couple different people rocking the gauntlets over the years. While there have been many variations, they all have the same basic vibe, and that vibe is vibing so hard, the vibes blow things up. Hi, I'm Tulok. I made this video and I'm here to tell you about today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Here's a shocker for you. Hotels will charge you a different rate depending on where your IP address is located. Seems really weird, right? Well, Surfshark VPN lets you change the location of your IP address so you can get the best rates on a hotel this holiday season. Just another surprising way Surfshark VPN makes your internet experience better. Of course, it also gives you those great VPN options, keeping you safe from data miners, hackers, thieves, even corporations. All that's packed in there too. Surfshark even helps keep you entertained by letting you change your IP address to expand your streaming services beyond what's normally available in your region. You're paying for the streaming service. Why don't you get everything on it? Surfshark is offering Tulok subscribers 83% off and 3 free months when you use offer code Tulok at checkout. So you can get all of these benefits before the holiday season if you check out that link. So get Surfshark VPN and make your browsing experience better today. Now, back to the video. Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need to bring the thunder with big, loud, noisy, nasty claps. Next, we need that thunderous mobility, launching ourselves forward and upward with concussive force. Finally, we'll get defensive with some armor to protect us from Spider-Man's punches. That kid catches buses. You do not want him serving you a knuckle sandwich. For stats, we'll be using the standard point buy, not so much because you need stuff high, but because there's stuff we can drop down to the floor. Charisma, dexterity, and wisdom being the 3. You're the antithesis of stealthy, with every attack blasting a billion decibels, and you run around calling yourself the Shocker. I'm the Shocker. I shock people. What is this, pro wrestling? I'm also guessing your perception. Not great, considering you have jackhammers on your arms. Makes hearing things tricky. So yeah, all those down to 8. But that just means that we can crank 3 more stats up to 15. Strength, constitution, and intelligence. You're big, tough, pretty good at inventing things. The Shocker is always a human, not a bugbear, because he's a human. Humans can grab a feat like Elemental Adept, letting you ignore resistance to thunder damage with your spells, and you can treat the ones you roll as 2s on damage die with spells. That's actually going to be kind of a bummer later. Maybe just grab the tough feat at home. Bump your constitution and intelligence with your 2 free points. Take deception for your skill of choice, and athletics and intimidation from your background. That's the soldier background. You're a safecracker by trade, but those are the skills I want, and we can't get them from our starting class. Starting class being Artificer, since you need to make yourself some thunder hands. You also get 2 skills of your choice, like Arcana and Sleight of Hand, which would be more in line with a safecracker. You're a magical tinkerer, letting you put tiny magical effects into tiny non-magical items. Little things like a light up or a little sound. You need to make an alarm clock before you make a sonic shotgun. Or do you? With the Thunderclap cantrip, you can force a Constitution saving throw on creatures within 5 feet of you, dealing 1d6 thunder damage to those that fail. Since you already have such a big con score, maybe just bump into the middle of the heroes and start spamming. Booming Blade lets you make a melee attack against a creature, then if they move 5 feet or more on their turn, they take a d8 of thunder damage. A much better option if you're going one-on-one with some sort of insect hero. For your first level spells, we can't grab Thunderwave just yet, so how about Jump to triple your jump distance, and Long Strider to add 10 feet to your movement speed, helping you keep up with that wall crawler. Second level Artificers get infusions, little toys to make you cooler than the other Spidey villains, other than all of the other ones that are Artificers, I guess. Enhanced Defense adds 1 to the AC of a set of armor, helping to keep you safe while fighting superhumans. Enhanced Weapon adds 1 to the attack and damage rolls of a weapon. That's gonna get more important later, but for now, just use a hammer for Booming Blade or something. Goggles of Night will let you see in the dark with your bad human eyes in case you want to tunnel underneath a bank. Sending Stones are little cell phones. I'm sure you could figure that out. I do pity the person you talk to on the other end. Shocker seems like a shouter. Third level Artificers can be armorers, and armorers can choose an armor model, and Guardian Armor has Thunder Gauntlets. Freaking finally. Those let you make a melee weapon attack using your intelligence modifier that deal 1d8 thunder damage and give creatures you hit disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures who aren't you until your next turn starts. It can also make a defensive field, giving you temporary HP equal to your Artificer level as a bonus action, and amount of times per long rest equal to your proficiency bonus. You could also choose the Infiltrator suit, but that's a little too subtle for you. Additionally, you get proficiency with with heavy armor here and smith's tools, so smith yourself up some plate mail, then use it as a spellcasting focus for Thunderwave. That forces a Constitution saving throw on creatures in a 15-foot cube in front of you, dealing 2d8 thunder damage to those that fail, and pushing them back 10 feet. Half damage and no pushing if they succeed. It's like literally the Shocker spell. There isn't a more Shocker spell, and you have Elemental Adept to get the most out of it. Unfortunately, that feat doesn't work for the Thunder Gauntlets. That's that bummer I was talking about, because those are weapon attacks, not spell attacks. 4th level Artificers get an ability score improvement. Work on your intelligence, since that's the way you use your Thunder Gauntlets and your Thunder-based spells. All 3 of them. 5th level Armorers get another Thunder spell with Shatter for free, forcing a Constitution saving throw on creatures in a 10-foot radius. Failing that, they take 3d8 thunder damage, half damage on a success. Inorganic materials and structures have disadvantage, so it's the best spell to blow a hole in the wall. For your spell of choice, Kinetic Jaunt adds 10 feet to your movement speed. You don't provoke opportunity attacks, and moving through another creature's space doesn't count as difficult terrain. It's like an upgraded version of Longstrider that costs a higher level slot and requires your concentration and only lasts a minute. I don't think this spell's very good. You also get extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action if you'd rather use that instead of a cantrip. Worth noting, your cantrips also scale up at this level, and Booming Blade is a little different than most cantrips. Now, it also adds a d8 to the initial hit of the melee attack component. It's a really nice option if you don't care about comboing. 6th level Artificers get Tool Expertise, doubling your proficiency bonus with tools you're proficient with, like thieves, smiths, and tinkerers, as well as 1 more of your choice. Maybe calligraphers to keep up with the power of the spider gods? You also get 2 more infusions. Spell Refueling Ring lets you recover a spell of 3rd level or lower once per day. That's an extra shatter right now, and a very important spell later, once we get 3rd level spells. Resistant Armor makes armor resistant to a type of damage you choose, like acid, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder damage. Obviously it's thunder, you can't shock the shocker, at least not without asking nicely. 7th level Artificers get Flash of Genius, letting you add your intelligence modifier to an ability check or saving throw of a creature within 30 feet of you, an amount of times equal to your intelligence modifier, helping you crack a safe or pass the saving throws from Spider-Man's webs. You wouldn't have like a dexterity spell save or wisdom spell, would he? That'd be kind of bad for us. 8th level Artificers get another ability score improvement, cap off your intelligence modifier. It's the only way you'll escape Hold Person. You've got 5 uses of it a day, so that's 5 rounds to kill Spider-Man. That means we need to push the damage up. 9th level Artificers can push the damage up with 3rd level spells like Elemental Weapon, letting you add 1 to the attack rolls of a weapon and a d4 of acid, thunder, cold, thunder, fire, thunder, lightning, or even thunder damage if that's what you want for an hour, depending on your concentration. That means that your Thunder Gauntlets will deal a d8 plus a d4 with each hit, so almost a d12. Almost. Not actually. I didn't say a d8 plus a d4 was a d12. I said it's similar. Okay? Okay? You also get armor modifications, letting you attune up to 2 more items as long as they're attached to your armor, and your armor counts as separate pieces. Not actually as much of a big deal for you, but if you want to change things up at home and pick some alternate infusions, that would be fine. Now, we would get more infusions at Artificer 10, but I'm actually thinking the only way to beat Spider-Man is with Fighter-Man. That'll give you a fighting style like Superior Technique, which will give you a d6 superiority die and a maneuver to spend it on. Lunging attack is going to be my pick, letting you add 5 feet to the distance of a melee weapon attack and add the superiority die to the damage. That'll turn your Thunder Gauntlets into a Thunder Blast once per short rest, at least. Speaking of short rests, Second Wind lets you recover 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action once per short rest, helping you take a deep breath and get ready for another phase of the boss fight. It's weird that Shocker is in like every Spider-Man game, but only has a super small role in one of the movies. Boss fights are always fun, so I don't mind. 2nd level fighters get an action surge, letting you make 2 actions in 1 turn once per short rest. Now you don't have to choose between an extra 2d8 from Booming Blade and an extra attack. You get the best of both worlds, like Jackhammer Montammer. Not my best joke. 3rd level fighters can choose a martial archetype. Battle Masters get 4 more superiority die and 3 more maneuvers. Pushing attack forces a strength saving throw on a creature, pushing them back 15 feet if they fail. Tripping attack knocks someone prone if they fail a strength saving throw, blasting them on their ass. And Rip a Pow Pow lets you make an attack against a creature who misses you with a melee attack. All of those get to add your superiority die to the damage, and that superiority die is now a d8 for some massive concussive blasts. You're also a student of war, giving you proficiency with another set of artisans' tools, maybe alchemists? There's probably some chemicals involved with that Shocker thing, or maybe not. I have no idea. I was not a STEM major. I went to an art school so bad the government shut it down for fraud. 4th level fighters get another ability score improvement, and we actually really need strength. Since your Battlemaster DCs are set by strength or dexterity, it does not matter if the weapon uses your intelligence modifier, you still need some regular fighter stats. 5th level fighters get nothing because extra attacks don't stack. Whoops. But that's fine. It means we can talk about the 6th level of fighter faster and get our strength higher for bigger DC when you want to knock a wall crawler through the wall he was gonna crawl on. 7th level Battle Masters get another superiority die and 2 more maneuvers to use them them with. Menacing attack forces a wisdom saving throw on a creature you hit, frightening them if they fail until the end of your next turn. Oh, and of course, add your superiority die to the damage. Sweeping attack lets you spread that thunder love around, hitting another creature within 5 feet of the first creature you hit, dealing the superiority die in damage. You also get to know your enemy. That makes sense, you've been fighting Spidey for decades, letting you know a creature's strength, dexterity, constitution, HP, AC, fighter levels, or total levels, and whether they're equal to, worse than, or better than you in 2 of those stats for every minute of study. Constitution and AC would be good for you to know. If they have big constitution, use your gauntlets instead of your spells. If they have high AC and low constitution, hit them with the thunder waves and the shatters. 8th level fighters get another ability score improvement or a feat. I'm gonna go for resilient in your strength, adding 1 to the score and giving you proficiency with the saving throw. That should stop you from getting pushed around. I'd imagine you have to be pretty strong if you don't have your arms blown off when you use your gauntlets. 9th level fighters get indomitable, letting you re-roll a failed saving throw once per long rest. Also helpful to have another saving throw proficiency to use indomitable with. 10th level battle masters get improved combat superiority, bumping your superiority die to a d10 to hammer extra hard, and you get 2 more maneuvers. I wish we could swap them for more die, but here we are. Disarming strike lets you make a creature drop something they're holding if they fail a strength saving throw, and distracting strike gives the next person attacking that creature advantage on their roll. Both add your superiority die to the damage. Every other option you have is more shocker though, in my opinion. Our capstone is the 11th level fighter for another extra attack. That's 3 attacks per round or 6 with an action surge. That's pretty good, but we're going to talk about that in the pros section. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you bring the thunder with elemental weapon, action surge, triple attack, and 6 superiority die. You can deal 6d8 plus 6d4 plus 6d10 plus 30 thunder damage in a single round for around 92 with median rolls. You're also very mobile with 60 horizontal jump distance if you're using the jump spell and 24 feet vertically to keep up with the wall crawler. Finally, you're nice and bulky with well over 150 HP and 19 AC and the heaviest armor to keep that damage off. For weaknesses, your dexterity, wisdom, and charisma are all so bad, and those are some bad stats to dump. Low dexterity means fireballs and webs are a problem. Wisdom means you're gonna get ambushed, charmed, and paralyzed by hold person. Charisma means you can't negotiate things without screaming at people. But if you're just playing a dude in yellow plate mail whose fighting style is explosion hands, you weren't aiming for subtlety. Turn the volume up, launch yourself around, and bring the gosh dang noise. Just watch out for more nimble foes. There's no doubt you'd hate walking into spider webs. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon for this character sheet and a whole bunch more, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.